And so we should be live. So that's looking like we've gone live. So that's fantastic. So I want to invite you to meet Dr. Michelle Almeida, who is the leader of Voices of the Global Movement. She is also a best-selling author and many other things, actually, aren't you, Michelle? So you've got a whole ton of things that we are going to uncover and discover. And one also is very important, and it's also dear to my heart because I have a couple of friends who have suffered loss through suicide, and you are very much into that suicide prevention. So I'm going to hand over to you and just to ask you, just tell us your background, where you're from, and yeah, introduce yourself generally, first of all.
Yes. Thank you, Lucy, and thank you for having me here. It's my pleasure to be in this space with you. So, I'm a clinical psychologist. I am originally from Puerto Rico, and I am also an educator. My first career was I was a teacher, a special education teacher with students. So I was in the school environment for a couple of years while I was also studying to become a psychologist. And then after that, I started working in the mental health space. Right now, I am the director of operations of a mental health clinic, and I oversee all the departments that have to be in place for us to give the best service to our patients. So we give services to adult patients, and we have more than 3,000 of our clients. And basically, that is my full-time job.
Which sounds very full-time.
It is, it
Sounds like
is.
a lot already, but I know there's more.
But like 10 years ago, in 2014, I started taking trainings in suicide prevention, and it became my passion. And basically, I've been evolving with that, collaborating with other organizations. And I'm a member also of the Florida Suicide Prevention Coalition, but also I work with educational campaigns, suicide prevention, educational campaigns, and the goal is to open or to establish or to promote awareness
Yeah.
so that everyone in the community, it doesn't matter what you're dedicating yourself to, if you're a teacher, if you're a nurse, if you're a social worker, if you are a stay-home mom, everybody can learn the signs of suicide and everyone can help. So the educational campaign that I am promoting and that I am working with is to educate people in recognizing the signs and also in learning what to do and how to get help.
Yes.
And but besides that, I am a mother of two beautiful grown-up boys. I am a
Lovely.
grandmother.
Oh my
I am a
goodness.
wife.
You do not look like a grandmother, I have to say.
I am of two beautiful grandkids. I am a wife, and recently now I am a caregiver for my mom. So my life is full of great and wonderful things and also big challenges like anybody else. So I'm a clinical psychologist and I do all these things, but my life is also full of things and I also have to work. with challenges in work, also with my own self-care, prioritize my me time so I can serve better
Yes.
to others.
Exactly. And you know, that was exactly what was going through my head. And I was just going to check in with you on that because that self-care, when you've got so much going on, can sometimes slip with people, right? And it's like, no,
Yes,
this person's more important. My job's more important. My family's more important. I'm going to the bottom of the pile. But you've put it so well. It's like when you have had your self-care and you are full up because you've had the rest, you've meditated, you've gone for a walk, whatever those things are for you, it means that now you can go out and serve those people from a cup that's full, from a person who is full of energy and giving. And so that is so I'm thrilled that you've said that because that's such an important piece. And
yes,
especially with everything that you're coping with, because I know your mum has recently come out of hospital as well, and she was in for a long time. So that's huge that you're doing that as well. So
yes.
your title in the back there on your back screen is Voices of the Global Movement. So tell us a bit more about that, Dr. Michelle.
So I opened a community circle in the Facebook community. It's called Voices of the Global Movement. It's because I wanted to provide a space, a safe space for people from all over the world that are either doing already a movement, making a movement, working maybe with a foundation, or they're giving events, or they have a special projects for them to come to this space and talk about it.
Mm,
And also, maybe people that don't have special projects or events or things going on that can offer the community, but maybe they want to learn about it or they want to know about it, and they might want to even connect and collaborate. Because I listen to many people talk about that they have a dream or they wish they could do certain things, but they don't feel that they are either supported or they don't have the resources or they don't know how to, they don't know how to start. So my idea is a community of people that are already doing the thing, like Stacy says, right? Stacy Lauren from the Doing the Thing community that I've learned so much from her. Um, so from people that are already maybe in an advanced stage of life doing the thing and thriving, and also people that want to either start also understanding what is it that they want to do, or learning from others, or connecting and collaborating with others. That's
yeah.
what I want. And that is my goal with Voices of the Global Movement. And we can also uplift others that have dreams, because sometimes I've heard people say, well, I have this dream, but when I have told so and so, my spouse or my family, or they don't seem to get me and they don't seem to support me, and they feel that I'm doing something out of whatever it is, my path. And I want people to feel that this community can support you, can uplift you, understands the struggles that we go through when we are trying to understand ourselves on what is my purpose, or what is it that I feel that I'm missing from life. Because one of the things that I've come to realize in all these years that I've been working in the mental health field is that everybody's going through something.
Yes, for
It
sure.
could be in a small scale, in a big scale, but everybody's going through something, and everyone wants to be seen. Everyone wants to feel important or not important, but that they're giving value to
Hmm.
life, right?
Hmm.
That there's everyone wants to feel that there's something made sense of their life, even though they went through many challenges, right? Because there are people that have been through
So much.
big challenges that you can make a movie out of it,
Yes.
no?
Yes. And we probably both know quite a few of those.
Exactly. So my dream, my goal is to have a community of people that feel supported, seen, motivated, and everybody can join in. Like it doesn't have to be from a specific field. I'm a mental health professional, but I have people from other industries in the field, entertainment, science, different things, and different careers, different paths, and different experiences. And I think that we all can grow from learning from different perspectives, different philosophies, different ways of looking at life. And everyone has a unique story to offer
Mm,
and a unique voice.
yeah. Yeah.
I feel that if we can come together as a community, respecting everyone's perspectives and path, we can grow a lot. And nowadays, the world is so much smaller than what it used to be because now we have all this technology. My main language is Spanish. That's my first language. But I have friends in China, in other countries, and what we do now, we can benefit from Facebook that is translating. YouTube is translating. And if you have the settings in your platforms to translate, you can now communicate from people from all over the world.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? It really is. And that coming together that you were talking about with people from different areas, different backgrounds, different businesses, different experiences. It's that same thing I feel comes over and over. It's like you're not an island. When you come together, you make so many more powerful interactions. You change people's lives more. You can find that purpose in what you're doing. And if it's somebody who's just starting out and going, well, I'd love to do this thing, or I've only just got started doing this thing, but I would love somebody to really understand what I'm doing. And oftentimes it's right, it's not your family and it's not your closest friends because they think of you as the person that does X job or the wife who's at home or the husband or whatever. And that's your label. People like to label and put you kind of in the box. Well, if you're in a community like yours or mine, Michelle, then you're supported because everybody is just going, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to move to. This is in my heart to do, to change people's lives, to lift people up, and to make a difference in the world. And we're like, yeah, come on, let's do
Yes,
this together. Let's go for it. And that is just awesome. So being around the people with that shared goal of making a difference, of having voices, of being global and having some kind of a movement is really, really powerful because then you feel like, yeah, these are my people.
correct. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So it's very, very true. So if anybody here is thinking, oh, I'd love to find out more about the Facebook group, well, you can see the title of it there and you can get an invitation from Dr. Michelle, who's also in this group, of course. And please make any comments below so that we can get back to Dr. Michelle can get back to you with any questions that you might have. Going on from there, Dr. Michelle, so you said you're a clinical psychologist. So just explain a little bit more about what that actually means.
All right. Well, a clinical psychologist is a person that works in the mental health field and a person that might want help at any stage of life with almost any situation can benefit from um, from accessing a clinical psychologist that can help you to go through something. Maybe you're going through grieving. You have lost you have lost a family member and you feel that you need to be supported, but also work with your emotions and with your thoughts, with your thought process to process what you're going through. Or maybe you're going through a change in life. There are people that are going through changes, right? You can be in a stage where you're already retired from your job, from your regular job, and now you say, okay, now what? What is next for me? And maybe you want somebody to be with you, walking through that stage and helping you maybe see things in another light, maybe in a way that you haven't seen it before with other perspectives. Maybe you need tools to deal with something, to manage stress, anxiety, panic attacks, depression. Maybe you are in a stage where your kids left the house because now they're adults. And now you feel as a mom, okay, now what am I going to do with my life? And sometimes that can make you feel sad or depressed or lost, uh, losing maybe the identity of being a mom, a full-time mom. So it doesn't matter. There are different things that you can be going through. Like I said, everybody's going through something, right? And a clinical psychologist is a professional that can provide a lot of help. I believe that everyone needs support and needs someone that can help you from a professional standpoint because clinical psychologists, that's their career. So they have the tools, the expertise, the knowledge um, that they will use to help you, not as a friend, not as a spouse, not as your mother or your best friend. Because when you talk to your best friend or your spouse or your mother, like we said, they already see you as the person that you were or you are. But a professional in the mental health field can open for you possibilities.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that everyone, even mental health professionals, at some point,
Yes.
they need mental health professional colleagues
That's so true. That's
to
so
help them
true.
to go through certain things in life.
Yeah, yeah. And it can be somebody who is like a therapist, like a clinical
Yes,
psychologist. It can be a coach, somebody who's coaching you through something. And if you think about it from both sides, from what you've just said, every mental health psychologist needs a mental health psychologist. It's like every coach needs a coach.
that's
Everybody,
right.
yeah, however high up they go, however far they've come, however successful they are, they still have a coach. And you kind of go, why would they need a coach? Because they're so successful. But everybody's going through something, right?
That's right.
And then
That's right.
they need somebody to bounce some ideas off, to look at it in a different way, to be able to reframe it. And they're like, oh, yes, why didn't I think of that? Because you had that block. We have blind spots, right?
That's
We
right.
don't always see what's there. Just like in your vision, there's a blind spot. So in our vision of our life and our feelings and our emotions, there are also blind spots. And so having that extra support, I feel it gets you through whatever it is with more ease and probably a lot calmer. And you get to the breakthrough point, which leads to, I always say breakdown leads to a breakthrough. So you get that breakdown of maybe it's a literal you're in tears, but it can just be breaking down how to look at something and then you get the breakthrough. And so having that in some way is so important for people to live their life more joyfully, more happily, more of the time.
Correct, correct. And a mental health professional has the expertise and the knowledge to evaluate and to really develop a plan that will be the one that is going to help you.
Mm,
Because every situation or challenge or even mental health illnesses has a specific treatment is that is most likely to help that specific situation. For example, if a person is going has depression, and depression is a clinical diagnosis, right? So a mental health provider can evaluate if that person is clinically depressed and will know it and will know how to help,
mm,
because that's what we do, right? That we are prepared for that, and we have the skills, the knowledge, and the everything that we need to understand how to help someone with a specific situation.
mm. Yeah, and that's so important, isn't it? Because
Mhm.
when you know, as a, like you say, as a friend or as a colleague or as a relative, you're like, you want to be able to help, but you sometimes just feel like, I don't know how to help this person. I don't know how to help this person because they always seem so down or they're just there's something that's not right, and you can kind of feel there's something that's not right. Um, and that might be what we were talking about right at the beginning, which is somebody who's thinking of, life is just too much,
Yes.
and deciding that then that's the end for them. And so if there's somebody listening in that needs to find out more about that side with the suicide prevention, I know you go to seminars and you do a lot around this.
Yes.
Is there a way that do you have like something that you can give some kind of yeah,
Yes.
you're nodding your head, so I'm going
So
to ask you what you have.
yes, so I recently opened an online academy. It's
Hmm.
called Global Movement Academy. And I usually give workshops. I go to different organizations and churches and wherever they call me, and I'll give workshops about suicide prevention, because there is a specific way, there are steps to take, specific steps to take to help someone. Also, they are this workshop will help someone to understand and recognize the signs of
Yes.
suicide risk, because a lot of the times I've heard people say, how come I never saw it coming? Or how come I didn't realize it was that serious? Or, well, I never thought that he was really gonna do it or she was really gonna do it. And it's sad when the family, the immediate family, parents or siblings or kids, they come to realize that that person was going through something very, very painful, but they didn't have the skills to identify the signs. And they thought that this was not going to happen to them. You
Mm,
know, people think, oh, I don't think that's going to happen to us. They see it as something that happens to somebody else, you know, but they don't see it as something that can touch your life also.
yeah.
So my goal is to give workshops and also courses. If for people that only want to take like a basic workshop, I will have basic workshops to create awareness and also to help people to learn how to identify the signs. Not only that, but to learn how to help, how to provide immediate help. What are the correct steps and what is the correct way of talking to someone that is going through that.
Mm. Yeah.
So I have like basic workshops, but I will also be providing um, specific courses that will help people that want to know more. And right now, I'm working with the curriculum. I'm working also in collaboration with other professional mental health providers. And we are developing all these in this platform. It's called Global Movement Academy. It's going to be an online academy. And we are already, it's already being developed. And not only that, but it's already established as an educational academy. And it's already in, how do you call it, subscribed in the state of Florida in the
Right.
United States
Ah,
as as a school, accredited school. So if someone has, let's say someone is a social worker and wants to have some continuous education credits and wants to do it in suicide prevention as a facilitator, we're going to have that too.
open.
So anybody that is interested can come inside the Voices of the Global Movement Facebook community because we are going to be talking about this and we are going to announce as soon as it's ready and the doors are open for anyone that is interested.
Mm. Oh, that sounds amazing. That does sound and very, very much needed. Yeah. I'm, I speak to women who are taking care of CEOs as coaches, and the one particular lady that I was talking to, she said that there's a really high suicide rate in men CEOs, male
Yes.
CEOs, because they don't feel they're worthy, they don't love themselves. And there was she said, I asked these three questions at the beginning. It's like, do you love yourself? Do you feel you're worthy? And do you feel you're enough? And she says, I've never got a yes yet. And I'm like, seriously? And she said that suicide in amongst that group of people is really high. I've
Yes.
got another friend over here who is very much into the mental health side of things. And he said the guys who are in construction, that's a really high percentage as well. In fact, maybe even the highest percentage in the UK, which is where I'm speaking from,
Mhm.
is in the construction industry because um, they're not feeling like they're fulfilling what they can do. They're just told what to do and to get on with it in all kinds of weathers and things. And again, they're not emotionally connecting because that's how they've been brought up, possibly.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
not everybody's brought up like that, but I think men, if we're going to give it kind of a general thing, a lot of men are brought up to don't show your emotions, man up, get on with it, no crying. It's, wussy to cry. It's like, no, you've got to let it all out. You find someone to speak to.
Yes.
So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, I know somebody who's like that, then help them to find somebody. Help, point them in Dr. Michelle's direction, point them in my direction. There are lots of people who want to help others understand that keeping your emotions inside makes it brings disease into your body, and when it gets down to depression and thinking about taking your own life, that's when, yeah, we've got to get serious about having
Yes.
that
And there are
prevention.
so many other factors that play a role in that sometimes you don't know because you don't know the personal life of this person,
Yeah,
but also, when the person is using substances or alcohol, and the person is depressed, the person has other problems in health problems, and they don't have support. And like you said, men men are the ones also, 2/3 of the people that commit suicide are men.
yeah,
So yes, they are in high risk, but there are many other factors that play a role in the risk becoming a high risk for
yeah,
them to commit suicide.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So really, really important work. Dr. Michelle, thank you so much for joining me here. I know you've got a lot on your plate at the moment, so we were squeezing this in because we've been wanting to do this for a little while here.
Yes,
It's so lovely to have you and hear
thank you.
about all the wonderful things that you're doing. Any parting words for our audience?
Yes, I believe that we heal in community, we grow in community, we thrive in community. Like you said, Lucy, we are not an island. We are a community. And nowadays the world is our community. Sometimes we see community as this area the where we live in, but now with all this technology and how can we be in contact with people from all over the world, I believe now that the world is our entire community, and I feel that we are citizens of the world. And that is why I invite everyone that wants to be in a community, in a positive community, to join us, um, and let's support one another.
Yeah, definitely. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So we're going to end out here. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any
Thank you.
questions, do pop them into the messages, and Dr. Michelle will come back in when she has a moment and respond to you. Uh,
Yes.
Thank you once again, Dr. Michelle.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Lucy. It's been my
You're,
pleasure. Thank you so much.
you are more than welcome. It's been wonderful having you here. Right, I'm just ending off the live.